Welcome to Empowered Wellness with Sheetal. I'm so grateful that you're joining me today for our weekly guided meditation. And for today's meditation, we're going to combine our meditative practice with a breathing practice. And as you know, if you've been doing meditation or if you've been following me through my meditations, we use our breath often as an anchor and as a tool to practice being in the moment as we practice our meditation. So we're going to use a very specific breathing technique today called box breathing, or also it's known as square breathing. And in this technique, we basically will inhale, hold our breath, exhale, and then hold our breath again for an equal amount of time. And that's why it's called square breathing or box breathing, because it's kind of like you're making a square. You're inhaling, holding, exhaling, and then holding again. And you do that for equal lengths of time, therefore creating that image of the box. So this technique has actually been studied and proven to be very effective in bringing ourselves from a fight or flight response to the rest and digest response. So it activates our parasympathetic nervous system very effectively. And in fact, it's a technique that's used by the medical profession. A lot of nurses, doctors, and even Navy SEALs have used this technique in order to help them bring themselves from that excited stress response, fight or flight, back down to a calm, rest and digest place. So it's nice to know that there's research that validates what often the yogis who have practiced breath work for so many thousands of years have taught us. So we will practice this technique and we'll use the square technique here to then take us into that meditative state and be part of our meditation today. So I will guide you through the square breath, the inhale, holding, the exhale, holding again. And at some point, I may just be silent and allow you to do your own breathing based on your own count. Okay, so typically we do a 4 count. But as we're doing this, if you find that you're struggling and that 4 count is not comfortable, by all means, switch to a 3 count and just silently count on your own. And then, of course, when I allow you to, if when I go silent and then allow you to do your own count, you can adjust the count however you wish, maybe even to go longer if that feels better for you, to do a 5 count or a 6 count in your square breath. But typically we start with a count of 4. So that's how we'll begin today. Okay, so let's get started. So as always, we'll start by getting settled in our seat. So if you're sitting on the floor on a meditation cushion or a blanket, just get settled, maybe even get the buns out of the way. I always like to do that to really feel my sit bones settling into my seat. But if you're in a chair, then that's fine too, of course. Get settled in your seat, in your chair, and especially make sure that your feet are uncrossed or your legs are uncrossed and that your feet are flat against the floor. And then once we settle our lower body downward, grounding into the floor, grounding into our seat, then we might take a nice breath in and just begin to gently lift the upper body, maybe making some movements. If we feel like we need to release some tension through the shoulders, through the neck, the face. And then take a nice breath, and I invite you to close your eyes, settling inward, allowing your lower body to feel grounded, allowing your upper body to be supported in any way that it needs to, and also feeling lengthened and lifted through that spine, softness across your face. And I invite you today to perhaps turn your palms upward. So if that doesn't feel right to you, you can certainly keep your palms downward, resting at your thighs or on your armrest. But if it feels okay, I invite you to try turning the palms upward, continuing to rest the hands wherever they feel best. And then let's take our awareness inward to our breathing. So notice the flow of breath in and out. Just tuning into that flow and setting the intention to be with the breath. Setting the intention to follow your breath, to direct your breath in a way that feels comfortable to you. To really feel the breath filling your lungs, leaving your lungs, and noticing how in between when we hold our breath, noticing the sensations within of holding the breath. And as usual, as always, if anything feels uncomfortable, then please just pause, resume your normal breathing, or perhaps change your count to be a lesser count, and then you can try again. When it comes to breath work, we want to try to keep it as comfortable as possible, certainly because it's new, or if it is new, it may be a little uncomfortable or it may be a little unfamiliar, but do our best to move through it. But we never want to take ourselves into a place of real discomfort or aggravation when we do our breath work and our meditation. It defeats the purpose. So with that, let's take one big breath in and out. And with that next breath in, let's count to the count of 4. So inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And continue. Continue that pattern. And if you need to adjust the count up or down, feel free to do so. Continuing to inhale, hold, exhale, hold for the same count. And if you notice it's easier to inhale or exhale a certain count, go with the lowest common denominator. And as you follow this pattern of square breathing, really feel the breath. Feel it fully filling your lungs on that inhale as you slowly draw it in. Feel the sensations as you hold the breath. And notice how it feels to slowly release that breath. Once again, noticing sensations as you hold after the exhale, and does that feel different from when you hold after the inhale? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Just observe, maintaining your focus inward. Noticing the sensations of your square breathing. So let's do one more. Wherever you are, do one more set, one more cycle of your box breath, your square breath. And whenever you come to completion with that, allow yourself to return to your natural flow of breathing, whatever that may be, and simply observe that now. Notice how your normal breathing feels. Notice sensations in the body. Notice temperature. Notice flow of breath. Notice any feelings, emotions, thoughts that may be arising. And just give yourself permission to acknowledge and observe whatever it is, without judgment, without analysis, just noticing. And then gently bringing those hands to the heart. You might bring your hands to prayer at the heart, or you might bring your right hand onto the heart center, and your left hand on top of your right, whichever feels good to you today. Gently bowing your head to your heart space. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, peace, and joy. And when you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. So thank you again for joining me this week for our guided meditation. I hope you enjoyed the square breathing technique. Perhaps you found it to be useful in helping you create a sense of calm, a feeling of calm. And even if you didn't, if it's something that's new to you, I encourage you to keep practicing because, like everything, practice is what allows it, the work, the practice itself, to become effective and to become familiar. So try it out again and see how it feels to you. And I encourage you to leave your comments below this video here, and let me know how it worked for you, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, if it was helpful. I'd love to hear your feedback. And if you are enjoying these guided meditations, then I encourage you to subscribe to my channel and set it up so you'll be notified whenever I do post. I post my weekly guided meditations on Friday mornings, but then I also have other yoga routines and other wellness videos that I post throughout the weeks and months. So if you're enjoying sharing with me, I hope you will subscribe. And until next time, be well.